You know how to book flights and hotels. All you're missing is a tool to plan the travel experiences you'll have once you arrive. That's why you need Viator. Book guided tours, activities, excursions, and more in one place to make your trip truly unforgettable. Viator has over 300,000 travel experiences to choose from. Everything from simple tours to extreme adventures and all the niche, interesting stuff in between. So you can plan something that everyone you're traveling with will enjoy. Real traveler reviews give the inside scoop from people who've already been on the experiences you're considering. So you can plan with confidence. Free cancellation helps you plan for the unexpected. And 24/7 customer support means you can travel worry-free. Download the Viator app now and use code Viator10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find travel experiences for you. Do more with Viator.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Free Table Gamers. I'm your host Colin, here with Ashton.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Alright, we got a few left over from last week, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. PS Plus Essential Games for April.
Alright, we have Immortals of Avium, Minecraft Legends, Skull the Hero Slayer, and they will be available to play for PlayStation Plus members from Tuesday, April 2nd until Monday, May 6th. So go ahead and go play those if you haven't already.
A Skull the Hero Slayer, it just seems like, I don't even remember the name of that game, but it's like, I think it's called Skull Kid, that Skull Kid game we used to play.
Oh, the chainsaw?
Yeah. That's what that reminded me of. I don't think the two are related at all, but I just seen that. I was like, that's that.
Just go around
just
cutting
like
people with chainsaw.
Yeah.
That was a fun game. Played it in school, of all places.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Minecraft Legends is its own little thing, which I guess it's more of a story-driven Minecraft from what I've seen of it.
Yeah, I think that and Minecraft Dungeons are both kind of more story-driven, while regular Minecraft you do survival or creative.
But yeah, I think they're all able to be picked up now, because I think it was like last week they had released, correct?
Yep, yeah, April 2nd started, and they'll be available until May 6th.
Alright. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and pick it up for the rest of the month. A new Marvel Hero Shooter announced.
Yep, so a new team-based multiplayer hero shooter starring the superheroes and supervillains of the Marvel Universe is on its way from Marvel and NetEase Games. It's called Marvel Rivals, and it will put two teams of 6 heroes against each other on battlefields like Asgard and Tokyo 2099 that are built around destruction. Marvel Rivals is being developed for PC by a team composed of developers who have worked on the Call of Duty and Battlefield franchises. The game has Overwatch vibes, being a free-to-play game with an expanding lineup of heroes and villains to play as. But it is played from a third-person perspective. 18 heroes and villains are confirmed for the roster so far: Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Groot, Hulk, Iron Man, Loki, Luna, Snow, Magic, Magenta, Mantis, Namor, Peony Parker. I don't know if it meant Peter, if it's just a typo, or Peony Parker, Peni. I don't know. It might have meant Peter Parker. I don't know. Anyway, Rocket Raccoon, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Storm, Star-Lord, and the Punisher. So yeah,
Always sure it's part of Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. It sounds kind of, you said gives you Overwatch vibes with the third person and everything. It's like Fortnite, and it doesn't say it's a battle royale, but I mean, it probably will end up being more like a battle royale, because that's pretty much where every free shooter's going towards.
I was going to say, if it's 6 on 6, so that puts off Call of Duty naturally. Like
Yeah.
deathmatch style anyways.
Yeah.
I guess pretty much any mode is not Royale for the most part, or free for all.
Right.
But yeah, whenever I seen like shooter, I'm just like, hopefully they don't pull off Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that didn't turn out too well.
Yeah, because that was my first mentality whenever you sent it to me last week. I'm just like, did they not learn from their competitors' things over here? Which, of course, once I got looked into it, been like you said, it's like an Overwatch situation. I'm just like, oh, okay, that makes it a little
At least
bit
this
better,
one's
but
free.
still.
I mean, it's going to have, microtransactions and stuff, but what game doesn't, really?
Especially free ones.
Yeah.
It's the only way they're gonna make their money.
Yep.
All right. Game Pass games for April.
Alright, we have Ark Survival Ascended, console, cloud, and PC. Came out on April 1st. F123 on cloud, April 2nd. Super Hot Mind Control Delete, console, cloud, and PC, April 2nd. Lego 2K Drive, console, cloud, and PC, April 3rd. Little Gator Game, console, cloud, and PC, April 4th. EA Sports PGA Tour, Xbox Series X, cloud, and PC, April 5th. Kona, console and cloud, April 9th. Botany Manor, Xbox Series, cloud, and PC, April 9th, day 1 release. Shadow of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, console, cloud, and PC, April 11th. Harold Halibut, Xbox Series X, cloud, and PC, April 16th, day 1 release. And Uden Chronicle 100 Heroes, console and PC, April 23rd, day 1 release. Another Crab's Treasure, April 25th, console, day 1 release. The ones that stick out most to me is Ark Survival Ascended. It's the new Ark game. I haven't played it. Played the original Ark, but I haven't played that one. So Ark Survival Ascended, Lego 2K Drive. We talked quite a bit about it. And then Shadow of the Tomb Raider is a very good game as well.
When did PGA Tour stop naming games after people? That's what I'm curious about.
I don't know.
Because it was Tiger Woods for the longest time, then it was Rory McIlroy
Yeah.
after him.
And then they always at least had the year after it too.
Yeah.
Like 2K does, but
Yeah. And then obviously, with their, football franchise themselves, they got Madden, and that always has a year.
yeah. I don't know.
I've been tearing that game up on Game Pass.
Madden.
24, yeah.
Is it good?
It's a Madden game.
Yeah, they haven't been good the last few years.
I was going to say, I don't think I played a Madden game since 18.
So 17 was the last one I played, and it was decent. It wasn't great.
Yeah. But yeah, Lego 2K Drive, which I believe, you said we've talked about it before, but I even think we've done the reviews for it whenever it first came out.
Yeah, we did. I don't remember exactly what it was. On Metacritic or anything.
Definitely, and then like you said, Tomb Raider, that's always a good series to have.
Yeah.
The game that don't let Lara Croft explode. Well, the version of it.
Yeah. So I got Shadow of the Tomb Raider and another Tomb Raider game. I got them for free on the Epic Game Store. I mean, like 4 years ago, but I never played the original ones on the PlayStation, but those two that I played, they're really good games.
I've still never played a single one of them. Obviously, I know the stories of them, it's just never got into playing them, or never got my hands on them anyways.
Yeah. No, they're fun, if you ever do.
Alright. So Gears of War 6 news is supposed to be coming out this summer.
Yep, so during the latest episode of the Kinda Funny Xcast, host Paris Lilly made a prediction that Gears 6 news would arrive in the summer. a prediction which was then seemingly verified by that episode's guest, Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb, who we've talked about several times on here. When they showed the Marvel 1943 trailer in Unreal Engine 5 during GDC, I jokingly tweeted, "Imagine what Gear 6 would look like in Unreal 5, Lily said, because it looked so good." And then somebody from the Coalition made a cryptic little subtweet under about that, which perked my ears on that. So my conspiracy theory is that you do tease it this year, and then it's possibly a launch game for next gen. That seems to make sense to me. So it's definitely not 100% true. It's just a rumor, but is it possible Gear 6 coming?
Yeah.
News coming this summer, and it's about time for them to announce a new Gears of War game. And there's also rumored to be an Xbox showcase in June, which there usually is, along with a Nintendo Direct in June. So that could happen in June. We could get that announcement, or could get it before then. Who knows?
Yeah. Where do you think the story's going to go on Gear 6?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really heavy into the stories of the Gears of War games anyway, so I wouldn't be the one to ask that. But what do you think?
I'm the same way. I've always just played a multiplayer one.
Yeah, that's how I've always been.
4.
Yeah, that's how I've been as a multiplayer. I mean, they're good games.
3 or 4 is when something happened to Marcus, I believe, in the story mode. I believe.
Yeah. I mean, they're good games for sure. So, all right.
And they always have decent music.
Yeah. So, since it was rumored a while ago that Gears of War would go to PlayStation and Switch, do you think that this will release on PlayStation on day one, or you think it won't release at all, or just a later time?
I say it'll do the same thing like what PlayStation does with PC. It'll be a little bit after it releases.
Like a couple
years.
Just
because specifically what, Phil Spencer and them did say on that interview was that they basically, because they had opportunity to put, like Starfield out and everything when they decided to do that.
Yeah.
And they said it was going to be nothing within the past year. So, Hi-Fi Rush being the newest game on that list that is coming to it. So, I would say they would probably do like a year setting, but, never know. PlayStation, once all those games, do drop on the, PlayStation market or PlayStation Store ever, all those, if they quote unquote sell out, even though it's digital copies, if the sales go out for the roof, then, it would probably be in Microsoft's best interest to allow the game to go ahead and go forward day one. But, at the same time, like I said, they have every right to keep it as long as they want before they push it out. Same way, like I said, Sony does with PC.
Right. Yep.
Because the only thing you're doing at that point, you're just enhancing your sales numbers. It's not really going to affect it. Obviously it's going to affect it one way or another, but just mentally trying to explain that part of it is a different ballgame.
Yeah. I could see it, like you said, them waiting like 2 years like Sony does. Sony depends, like a year or 2 years depending on the game. I think Ratchet & Clank, they waited 2 years, around 2 years, and then Forbidden West I think it was a year. It didn't come out too long ago, so we talked about it around a year ago releasing, so they didn't wait too long on it. Yeah, and Spider-Man. And Spider-Man 2, that's rumored. They haven't confirmed that it's rumored to be about 2 years, but it could be sooner than that. Who knows? And then Helldivers 2 was the only one that released simultaneously with PC and PS5 at the same time. So,
was it a Sony title?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. PlayStation Studios.
Gotcha. I was thinking it was developed by, just somebody that partnered with Sony, not necessarily Sony Studios.
Yep. with Sony themselves.
Gotcha.
So even Sony is evolving.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
It all started with a hyphen.
Yep.
Alright. Now on to this week's. Fallout 4 and Fallout Shelter are getting updates.
Yep. So Bethesda has smartly guessed that with the arrival of the new Fallout series from Amazon, folks are going to get curious about all the Fallout games, in addition to making Fallout 3 and Fallout 76 available on Amazon Luna, and updating Fallout Shelter to include a bunch of characters from the show. Bethesda has announced that Fallout 4 will get a next-gen update. Fallout 4 will get performance and quality mode settings on the PS5 and Xbox Series, while PC players will get wide and ultra widescreen support, along with quests, updates, and Steam Deck verification. The Epic Game Store is also adding the game to its storefront. There's a new Enclave quest line coming with the update, complete with new weapons and armor. Best yet, it's all free, though you can binge all 8 episodes of Fallout right now. You'll have to wait until April 25th for the Fallout 4's next-gen update. So that's pretty cool that they're going to do that along with the TV series. But
yeah, definitely. It's still weird to me in extenso because Fallout 4 is, I believe, came out in 2012. I want to say 2012, 2013.
Definitely a while ago.
And I think Fallout Shelter got released in 2015.
Yeah.
So, you know.
That's just a mobile game, right? Fallout Shelter?
Yeah, it's just like a.
And it's on the
game.
Switch too, but.
I didn't know it was a Switch title.
Yeah, Cole played on the Switch is the only reason I know. But I guess where you can use touchscreen on Switch too. But
yeah. Have you watched the show yet?
No, have you?
I'm going to do it this weekend. I was going to do it earlier today, then I decided to play Mario Wonder instead.
I still need to watch the second season of Halo.
I still ain't even touched that. It's just, I feel they're finally evolving in the right direction. Video game, TV adaptations, movie adaptations, which, I'm going to use both interchangeably right here. Because we've talked about it before, like with the old Zelda, old Mario cartoons. Obviously, nostalgia blinds it a little bit, but at the same time, they are terrible, and comparing to today's standards.
Oh yeah.
And they would have, technically, a lot of people thought they sucked back then too. But it's just weird seeing people hitting home runs with the series now, in different series, not just one specific one. But me, myself, I'm just scared to try them because I'm just like, oh my god, I'm going to hate this because, the games were so good.
Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Greedy corporate mega stores, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a law in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. The Durbin-Marshall credit card bill would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, tell your lawmakers, hands off my rewards. Tell them to oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill.
Fallout's a little different story. I've only ever played 4 and a little bit of 76. So, for me, it's just like, eh. And still, I haven't played much of 4. Like, I think I played more 76 when I did 4. But it's not really, and again, it's an RPG. Not really my style of thing. Even though it's an action RPG. It's still just one of those situations. You gotta go around and talk to a bunch of people, and, it actually progresses the story that way. Yes, Tears of the Kingdom was somewhat the same way, but it was still optional.
And it's still a Zelda game at the end of the day.
Yeah. Which, the first 2 Fallouts were like pretty much point and clicks anyways, like on the PC back in the day. So you can't really even get story mode on there, which that's what the TV series is for. It pretty much talks about the first Vaults, which Fallout 76 was technically the same thing, because that's chronologically, game-wise, was supposed to be the first Fallout.
West
because it was Vault
Virginia.
76, and obviously all the vaults in the TV series, from what I've heard so far, is like 1 for 100. Obviously, 76 falls in that vault number category.
Yeah, so I've never played Fallout 4, and the only Fallout I played is 76 when you brought it to my house and made me play it that day. And
You're on Game Pass.
yeah, I mean, it was fun while I played it, but it's not something that I would play all the time. I couldn't get into it that much, and it'd probably be different if I did play the other ones and I knew a little bit what was going on. But like you said, 76 is supposed to be the first one, so it's kind of a good level to enter into, a good one that, entry level, if it's supposed to be the first one chronologically too. So if I couldn't get into that one, maybe I couldn't get into the other ones either.
I mean, now Bethesda has a chance to go from Vault, 1 to 75.
Right. And I mean, not saying that I won't watch the TV series, I will, because I know the Fallout series itself is a good series and people enjoy it, and maybe it'll help me understand what's going on. It might make me want to play those games, but I don't know enough about the series to want to play those games.
Obviously, that's what Bethesda's banking on, since they're literally updating, almost basically 10-year-old games at this point. One is a little over 10 years old. One's 9.
Yeah. And I mean, I know Fallout 4 done pretty well, and I kind of forget sometimes that Fallout's made by Bethesda because they're actually good games. I guess people didn't really care much for 76, but I don't know.
Which, I mean, we've mentioned it, I believe recently that, it's straight online. There ain't nothing.
Right, and that's the big issue, is people don't like that. I mean, it's 2024, yes, but there's still people out there that don't have good internet or don't have internet at all.
Or it don't help in the, from what little bit of Fallout 4 I did play, like when enemies were attacking you on Fallout 4 and you broke out your Pip-Boy, everything stopped. You was able to go through and do what you needed to do, heal and everything else. Obviously, you don't get that luxury in a online game.
Right.
Because even though it may just be you in that world at the time, the enemies still register online, so it's just like, you can't pause an online game no matter what you do.
Right. It's like Ark and even Palworld if you play online, not private, but if you're playing a public lobby, you're off the game, your character's asleep, but if somebody comes in there, they can take everything, kill you while you're asleep, not on the game, and take everything that you've built, destroy everything. And that's why with Palworld, I just made it completely private. Don't have to worry about that or anything. And then Ark, I've lost so many things before that I've built a base because I don't know if you can turn it off, or I just didn't know how to turn off to the public. So I'd be locked in my bed asleep, I'd come back and my whole base would be destroyed. And so it sucks, having all online games like that.
Yeah.
They're only fun if you're going to be consistently playing every day to keep up with it, because if you, like an Ark, if you take a week break, you're going to come back to nothing. So
yeah, which, I mean, like I said, I think that was 76's downfall to an extent. Because, I mean, it was fun, especially, stomping around in West Virginia.
Right. Yeah. It's a good state.
Actually so.
Yeah.
But,
found where around where we would be, in the game. Where we're from.
From how weirdly they had the map laid out.
Mm-hmm.
They had Charleston, one little section, and for whatever reason, pretty much what would be in Clarksburg would be right beside of Charleston.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, no, I don't think that's how that works. Got the New River Gorge, and for whatever reason they decided to include Braxton, which I guess because of the Flatwood Monster, because that's on the game, or in the game.
Where was Mothman is it based out of Wheeling?
Point Pleasant.
Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember for sure.
I can't remember if he's in the game. I've never ran into him.
I think
But,
so. I could be wrong.
I mean, it makes sense to put him in there. It'd be kind of stupid not
Yeah.
to, since they put the fight with Monster in there.
Right. That's what I think. For some reason, I'm thinking Mothman was part of the game. He was a skin in Warzone like last week.
Nice. Enough of Fallout. We'll go try to hit one or two more. AMD released a new Ryzen CPU.
Yep, so AMD launched new Ryzen processors, Ryzen 7 8700F and Ryzen 5 8400F. On April 1st, the chips are available globally, but currently only for OEMs and system integrators. Next-gen Zen 5 CPUs are expected in the second half of 2024, promising significant performance gains. The chips will only be offered to a specific market segment according to reports. The semiconductor giant is scheduled to release its next-generation CPUs in 2024. During the AI PC Innovation Summit that was held in Beijing on March 21st, AMD revealed that the Ryzen 7 8700F and Ryzen 5 8400F, these two processors, which lack integrated graphics like other SKUs with an F suffix, were initially only available in China, but AMD has apparently started to supply them worldwide. So, get a new Ryzen 7 and a new Ryzen 5 chip. So, with chips, it's not necessarily what the number is before, like the Ryzen 7 or 5, it's the number after 87 or 8400. So it just depends on what it is, but the bigger the number after is the better chip, typically.
Yeah. What? Ryzen has up until a 9 now, don't they?
Yeah. And then the PC I'm looking at is a Ryzen 9 7000, something like that. So it's a newer chip. It's a stronger chip than these, but the numbers behind these are bigger, so they make it confusing. But the best thing to do when you're going to buy a new CPU chip is you can just look up both of them and compare them. See how many cores and how many threads they have, the processing power they get, the megahertz and everything, the speed. You can compare them and choose which one you want to buy from there.
Say generally on websites, at least the websites that I've used, like Newegg and stuff, not a sponsor, they'll typically, like, if you select one and the other, it'll have a breakdown like side by side for you.
Right, and typically if you Google, just say AMD Ryzen 9 7000 or whatever, 750, whatever. Put that in, then say the Ryzen 5 8400F, compared, or just compare the two, and Google usually even does it for you sometimes, puts it in a list. If not, then there's usually a website pretty close to it, to the top, that'll show you the comparisons. And it says that these lack integrated graphics, which means you have to have a dedicated graphics card, which is better for gaming performance, because for those of you that don't know the difference between integrated graphics and dedicated graphics, it uses your CPU power to power the graphics chip, so it takes away from the CPU power to run your game that way. So if you have a dedicated graphics card, your CPU's not bogged down by having to power your graphics card as well. So you get better gaming performance if you have a dedicated graphics card than integrated graphics. So these two it says it'll lack integrated graphics, so you'll have to have a separate graphics card to use these chips. Usually integrated graphics for like laptops, they're not big enough to hold a graphics card, obviously, so they use integrated graphics.
Like you said, you're looking at different things for your PC that you're getting. Are you going to get a pre-built one, or are you going to build yours from the ground up?
It's pre-built, but I can edit what I want in it.
Gotcha.
So kind of a mixture, I guess.
Like my situation where they just send the graphics card by itself or
Yeah,
CPU.
yeah, I'll still have to put it together and everything. Probably the same situation with the motherboard will just be installed. I have to put the CPU in and the GPU, and I'd say the RAM will be pre-installed, but I'm not completely sure on that. I'm getting mine from Skytech, so.
Gotcha. That's technically where I got mine from. It was just through Newegg.
Yeah, yeah.
Off
Well,
Amazon.
I'm probably going to get mine. It's Skytech brand, but I'm probably going to get it from Best Buy.
Gotcha.
Because if I get it from Best Buy, I can get this exact same thing, but on Skytech, I get a 1 terabyte drive, but on Best Buy, I get a 2 terabyte drive. So,
yeah, terabyte makes a difference.
Definitely, for sure. On PC games, definitely.
Yeah, I learned that lesson hard way with Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Big game.
Especially with my split.
Yeah, I don't know why they done that crap. Different partitions for a 1 terabyte drive. It's stupid. But
you get 100 and the rest of you can fight for the other.
Yeah, I don't get it. Hopefully, I don't pull that crap with my PC when I get it. I'll completely wipe it and take the partitions off before I download anything.
I wasn't ready to fight that battle.
Yeah. For you, the best thing to do is just get another terabyte or 2 of storage and be done.
Yeah, I'll just do like an external hard drive at that point.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
But your PC has another internal port if you want to put it inside.
Yeah. It requires taking it apart. I like it how it is.
Yeah. So yeah, we're getting 2 new Ryzen chips, and it says that where did it say that? The Zen chips. Oh, the next gen Zen 5s, which is, I believe, the laptop versions of chips, because the Ryzen, I think, is the more powerful for like your desktop PCs and stuff, and then the Zen 5s is the lower end for like laptops and stuff.
Or a little bit of tidbit of information about AMD and NVIDIA today.
Did you?
Yeah, the 2 presidents for those companies are related.
Really?
Yep.
And they're rivals on graphics cards.
Yep. Yeah, I seen that on a fact video today. I was like, yeah, it is awesome. I was like, then I seen this topic. I'm just like, yeah, if we get that a topic, I was like, I won't throw that out there.
Yeah, that's cool. Good for them. I mean, everybody has their own opinion, and feel free to state your opinion in the comments on YouTube, or if you want to join our Discord and talk about it. But AMD and Intel is your 2 biggest ones for CPUs. To me, AMD's better because Intel's got lazy and crappy. But with the graphics cards, it's AMD and NVIDIA, your GeForce series. I don't really know. They're kind of around the same. They're both good. They both have powerful. I like AMD personally because that's what my current PC has. I've never used NVIDIA graphics card. I know you have an NVIDIA graphics card, but I use AMD, so I'm used to their software and everything. So that's what I'm going to get my new PC is AMD. But as far as performance, they're both about the same as far as I've seen online. So
yeah,
good for them to be competitive, because it seems like everybody's going to AMD now for the CPUs because Intel's gotten lazy. It used to be Intel all the way. If you use AMD, they look down on you. But now AMD's come out ahead of Intel. So.
Just say back when we was kids, it was Intel all the time. It seemed like
everything.
Now, not so much.
Nope.
But I think that is all the time we have for today, guys.
Yep.
Thank you for watching or listening. You can follow our socials on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Instagram. I think that's it. I'm guaranteed I missed one. I always do. At least I remember Discord this time.
That's right. I think that's it. for those of you that want to, you don't have to, don't feel obligated, but we did open a Cash App for the podcast. If you want, it's in the description of all the episodes, YouTube, whatever you're listening on, podcast files. You don't have to. It's up to you, but I know our podcasting host has like a donation thing that they use, but some of you may not feel safe using that, but I know a lot of you use Cash App. It's just like PayPal. It's secure, it's safe, so a lot of people use it. If you want to support the podcast, send us $1, send us whatever. You don't have to send us anything. We appreciate you. Your listen's enough, but just throwing it out there. If you want support, we'll put it back into the podcast. We have Cash App. It's just putting the information out there. Like I said, don't feel obligated. Appreciate your listening. It's enough.
Always.
Yep. But other than that, I think that's it.
Later, guys.
All right, catch you guys next week.
Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Greedy corporate mega stores, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a law in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. The Durbin-Marshall credit card bill would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, tell your lawmakers, hands off my rewards. Tell them to oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill.
You know how to book flights and hotels. All you're missing is a tool to plan the travel experiences you'll have once you arrive. That's why you need Viator. Book guided tours, activities, excursions, and more in one place to make your trip truly unforgettable. Viator has over 300,000 travel experiences to choose from. Everything from simple tours to extreme adventures and all the niche, interesting stuff in between. So you can plan something that everyone you're traveling with will enjoy. Real traveler reviews give the inside scoop from people who've already been on the experiences you're considering. So you can plan with confidence. Free cancellation helps you plan for the unexpected. And 24/7 customer support means you can travel worry-free. Download the Viator app now and use code Viator10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find travel experiences for you. Do more with Viator.